Hello, and welcome to the All Night Gamers podcast. Halloween is over, so Merry Christmas. That's how this works, right? Welcome,
Yep.
everyone. Thank you so much for listening. It is the gang and I. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Um, so last week we had a Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase. A new Apex Legends season is coming out along with Steam integration. Thank you, finally. We're so ready for that. We got Black Friday stuff incoming because, like I said, Halloween is over, so it's Christmas. As well as some other stuff. So, hello. I hope you all are doing well. None of us are.
In a mental state or a physical state?
Both.
The answer is yes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm drinking a heavily caffeinated beverage at 10:30 p.m. So I'll tell you that's how I'm doing. But enough sulking. Let's get right into it. So, starting Apex Legends Season 7 will be out the day this podcast episode goes live. Horizon, new character, new map, Steam integration with cross progression between Origin and Steam, etc., etc. A whole bunch of changes to the characters and weapons and stuff that comes with every season update. I am so sad that I will not be able to play this on launch day. But it looks so cool. The map is insane.
wait, when does it come out?
So,
The 4th, so the day this podcast goes live.
Oh,
and there's a lot.
There's a lot. Yeah, pretty much every character got some sort of change in one way or another. Dude, I'm so mad they nerfed Caustic. So, you don't get blurred vision and caustic gas anymore. You take a little bit more damage, but, like, not a significantly more amount. Bad. But, yeah, let's go through the big thing. So there's a new map. It's Olympus. It's like the biggest map that has existed. It's a floating city in the sky. That's where the first
Horizon.
half of Olympus. Well, it's where Horizon. Right. It's what Horizon comes with. The map is Olympus. It is the only map you'll be able to play for 2 weeks starting November 4th. And
Oh, really?
yeah, and then they'll add back regular rotation. Except for Kings Canyon, they're kicking out Kings Canyon for now. They said
It'll be back eventually.
But yeah, so super big map, a new drivable thing, the Trident. It's just a car that you can drive around. It has enough room for all your teammates. I have no idea what to expect.
I couldn't tell from the trailer how it actually controls, because with PUBG, they were vehicles, and if you hit someone, they downed. But they've already said the Tridents will not down people. You're pushing them out of the way.
Yeah.
How that works with how they showed it off, I don't know. I'm very interested to see how that works out, but also I will not be able to play much either.
Yeah, sad. We'll get to it eventually.
Awful.
But yeah, so new car, the Trident. You can use your ults and your side abilities on it, which is cool and threatening. You can now preload it on Steam, although it'll be loaded by the time you're listening to this. And yeah, so you'll be able to play it through Steam. If you played it on Origin before, all of your progression will carry over. And you also get some bonus charms, weapon charms, Half-Life theme, Portal theme, just some cute little stuff.
The best one is the Watson one.
Yeah, they're very cute, and it's cool they're doing that. It's nice that they're treating it more than just like, oh, it's on Steam now. That's it. But yeah, they're also changing. They're changing how the battle pass levels work. They've mixed, so the R99 is now out of the drop and the Prowler is now in the drop, which thank you so much for that. I've been missing the R99 for a long time. And yeah, a bunch of character changes as well. We won't go through all those here because that'll just kind of get boring. But
There's so many things though.
yeah. Oh, one other big thing. Now, red shields require 750 damage from purple instead of 500. They say they want to put in an effort to decrease the number of red shields that are in the end game. So I guess just trying to reduce overall TTK. But yeah, that's the big thing.
That is going to change the meta. Well, at least a little bit. People are still just going to drop into hot zone and get red anyways.
Yeah, true.
But it will be less total reds. It'll basically be that team and nobody else.
Well, I know the number of my homegrown reds will decrease by
Significantly.
by like
My-
over half
my-
probably.
Mine will drop to 0.
Yeah.
I will be stealing them from the death boxes from now on.
So yeah, that wraps that up. We didn't want to go too far into it because it's not really that popular of a game anymore. But nonetheless, we still play it. So nothing
No,
else.
but if they ever get it onto Switch, I'll be able to join you. But also, I feel like it will help boost its popularity back up some.
Because
Yeah.
people who, I mean that always happens though. You get look at Skyrim, it sold really well despite being the most ported game, right?
Does it beat out Tetris yet?
No, like I'm talking about on Switch. I
What
don't
game?
think it's beat up Skyrim.
No.
Tetris is still the. Oh, I guess Tetris is the most ported game, but Skyrim is the most ported newer game.
So yeah. Anyway, let's move on to something a little more general. So last week Nintendo dropped a mini partner showcase. It's the last one of the year. And we got a bunch of really cool stuff. Actually, this is probably the best one out of all the ones we've had, I think, so far. Even though I didn't
get to watch it.
Yeah.
It was
no, I did watch
The
it.
one we all.
You watched it. I did not.
But yeah, so a bunch of cool stuff. Bravely Default 2 news, so we know it's launching next year, Q1, February 26th. That's big. I really don't care much for the game, but I know everybody in the community has seemed to be itching for that for a while. I know how popular that is.
What is?
Bravely Default 2.
Oh, I'm excited.
Bravely 3.
Yeah, it's the third one.
Why
Right.
would they do that?
Because they're trying to be Final. Square Enix wants it to be like Final Fantasy. Bravely Second was a sequel to the first one. This one's not a sequel. But if they release a
that
sequel to this
pains
one,
me.
I don't know how they're gonna do it because they
That
have
pains me.
Bravely
Square,
Second
please.
2.
Yeah, that doesn't even sound that complicated, but my brain is not wanting to try and figure it out.
There's a solution, but it's not one I know.
New story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town.
Oliver.
Olive Town, which looks good. I am still a little jarred from it changing to Old Harvest Moon is now Story of Seasons, and New Harvest Moon is a dumpster fire. So I'm still not.
They really didn't have to throw it under the bus like that. Grant.
New Harvest Moon sucks, dude. Ever since Marvelous and Natsume split, no, Harvest Moon is trash. Natsume does not know what they're doing, bro. It's so bad. But Old Harvest Moon's good, which is now Story of Seasons. So, embracing that. I am excited to see. I haven't played a new Harvest
Is
Moon
that
game.
new, or is it another Harvest Moon? Another classic Harvest Moon
it's a new
under
one.
a new name.
Ooh.
It's
Nice.
a new one.
New Harvest Moon must sell though, because they would, if it didn't, they wouldn't have split it like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. People just get greedy.
Um,
That's-
what
Are
do you
these made by the
define
same
split it?
company?
No. So,
Then never mind.
Oh,
here's the deal. I had to look into this when Friends of Middletown got remade and why it wasn't called Harvest Moon again. So, Marvelous is a developer in Japan that makes these games. They've made all the Harvest Moon games, and they sell them. They've always sold them as Story of Seasons in other regions. But in America, they used a company called Natsume, who
Okay.
owned the who owns the rights to the name Harvest Moon,
Gotcha.
and would port those games to the Americas under the title Harvest Moon.
oh.
And then Marvelous and Harvest Moon or Natsume split up, but Natsume kept the rights to Harvest Moon, so they can't call any. So Marvelous can't call any of their games Harvest Moon now. So Natsume went and started to make their own Harvest Moon games, which is garbage. And I'm pretty sure the only reason they sell anything at all is because they have the name. So people are like, "Oh, it's Harvest Moon. I'm able to be good," and it's not. It's always bad.
I played Harvest Moon as a kid. It must still be the same, right? Nintendo's quality. That Mario game keeps its quality.
Yeah. So now Marvelous uses a company called Xseed Games, and they're the ones that brings those games that translates those games over for the Americas. But they just call it Story of Seasons now.
I feel like Nintendo's worked with them a lot because I know some of their they weren't sure it would sell in other regions have that company on them.
Yeah.
Like Pandora's Tower and Xenoblade Chronicles and Last Story, I think also has it.
Yeah. And I haven't played a new Harvest Moon game since like the early 2000s when Friends of Middletown came out, because I got that pretty new.
So you're excited.
Yeah, for sure. If I even have the money. I'm so drained by all this PS5 mess, man.
I mean, it
It's
comes out in
hard.
March.
A new console launch is so hard though.
Oh
If
wait,
you-
no.
There's like a lot
Never
you're
mind.
excited, especially a backwards compatible one that you missed a lot of the old stuff.
Yeah.
So it does come out in March, but you know what else comes out in March? 3 Amiibo and Monster Hunter Rise.
Oh my god, dude. I'm just not gonna. I'm just.
Not
and,
going
I'm
to have
probably-
money.
I'm probably gonna be too busy with school anyway, so I shouldn't even get excited. But yeah.
Just
I don't know what I'm gonna
disappoint.
do. Yeah. So yeah. Moving on. Let's say some other big things. A cloud version of Hitman 3. Was that actually announced in the thing, or was that just like a leak that someone put out? Because I saw like the leaked images of it, but I never saw it in the.
Hitman
So I didn't
1 and Hitman
watch
2 are
it.
both on the Switch now, right?
maybe it. See, I know. So where I got this list that we're on right now, there was a discussion on a thread, and the direct link though, Nintendo had removed it. So all of this is from someone that said they watched it before Nintendo removed it. So maybe it was there, but it was removed, and that's why they removed the original.
Why are we getting? Well, even if we do get this, why are we getting this cloud version and not RE7 cloud version like Japan got? Because that's actually kind of cool.
Because that requires effort, and they don't want.
Maybe Capcom. I was gonna say maybe. I don't really ever hear Capcom West being different from Capcom though.
Am I wrong?
So maybe that's not.
Didn't Control also get a cloud version?
Maybe that was the thing I saw like a spoiler for or something. I'm not sure.
Because I thought I saw someone mention that if you bought the cloud version of Control, you didn't get gold points. And at that point, why? Just I already don't want to have to deal with cloud gaming. At least having the digital copy makes me kind of feel like I own it.
Mhm.
But a cloud version, you don't even have any rights to it. But
Well, you have the rights to it. It's just you're like this is already kind of a new thing. People are scared, like you are. Like literally, what you just said is proof that you are skeptic of it. And now you're just giving people reasons to not want to be interested because now you don't even
I
get
don't
the
know.
points, even though it's literally like 60 cents
It-
or like $1.20 because sometimes they double the points. If you buy
I
it
got
digitally.
it up to like $20 in gold points at one point.
Yeah, but you know how many games you had to buy to do that?
A lot.
Quite a bit, and
A
not
lot.
use my gold points.
Yeah,
Which
and
Okay.
they also don't last forever. So
Oh yeah.
Less a year or so.
See, I would be more willing to back cloud games if it weren't for the Amazon's recent comment of, well, if you buy stuff off Prime Video, you don't own it.
yeah, something about a lot of companies trying to do that now. I know that. Okay, this is totally off topic, and I promise not to spend 20 minutes on it. But John Deere, like the farm people, the tractor guy,
Mm-hmm.
like tractors, yeah.
Vectors.
Wait, what?
They listen. They are like actively trying to fight in court the idea that farmers own the rights to their equipment that they buy from John Deere. John Deere's trying to
What?
say that they merely own a license to operate that equipment and store it on their
Okay.
property. And the reason is because like tractors are like super high tech now. Like not a lot of people really think about it, but like it's got crazy amounts of tech in there. Like it could pretty much drive itself using GPS for like optimum farming and like ground coverage and like all this other stuff. And the code in there is actually rather complex. So if something breaks, you have to go into the computer and reset things when you replace a part, because otherwise the computer won't know that it's fixed until you tell it. So you have to take it to a John Deere place. But farmers are like, we don't want to do that. Like, why can't you just give us the software to do that? It's not that hard. And obviously John Deere doesn't want to do that because then they're going to lose money because they're not going to get all the repair stuff. So farmers have like legit been taking hacking courses and like coding courses to hack into their tractors so that they can repair it themselves so they can save money. And
oh my god.
yeah, so like that's like another like tractors. They're trying to argue that you bought a license to own and operate the tractor.
I
You
mean,
didn't
if
buy
they
the
want to
tractor
argue
itself.
that, they better subtract a lot of the cost. Tractors are expensive.
Yeah, like literally several $100,000, sometimes millions of dollars for
To not
tractors, and
own
you're gonna
it?
treat the farmers like crap, dude. The farmers are the reason we have food. Why are you doing this to them?
Yeah, bro. Most of the food literally comes from
That'd be
them.
the last people I try to mess with. I'd be like, okay,
Yeah, I'm sorry, your
go.
profit
I'll
margins
go
are gonna
scam
go to.
somebody else, and I mean,
Like, I'm sorry,
I
your
had a
profit
thought.
margin's gonna go down by 20%, but like, suck it up, dude. You're a multi-million-dollar company. You'll be okay.
It's kind of like how you have to send in a console to get it repaired, but they don't go, oh, but see, you don't actually own this console. It's actually ours.
Yeah, you own a license to own and operate that console. You don't own the console.
See, it just sounds ridiculous.
At least with Nintendo, it's like if you try to repair it, the warranty's over.
Well,
But
Well, that's
yeah,
not
but that's
Nintendo.
different.
That's most. That's most
That's
tech
just most
companies.
companies.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what you
don't
should do. What John
don't
Deere's
enter
doing is
it.
so.
Yeah, but anyway, back to the thing. So like, there's so many companies that are just trying to argue this license versus actual ownership BS, and I agree. That's like frightening. Plus, like, first flaw of cloud gaming is you need internet, and sometimes
Not
you
even
just don't.
just internet. You need good internet.
Yeah, good
Mhm.
internet. Like you can't use like McDonald's public Wi-Fi.
Because like I remember with when Stadia released, there were people saying that it didn't run like it did in the ads because you had to have good internet.
Yeah.
Like not everyone has a Google Fiber uplink, you know?
And even people who have Google Fiber don't all get like the best version of it.
Yeah, and plus
Like-
you have to have make sure you have a really good modem and a really good router, and that like you're not in a bad place in your house, and etc.
Yada,
We're
yada,
not to the point where cloud gaming is viable for everybody.
Or
Yeah,
even
no.
Like-
most, honestly, because
Yeah.
well,
It's-
another thing is
it's-
data caps.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
It's like VR games.
It's a niche.
yes.
If
Yeah.
you have the money, you're good, but most people won't have it.
Cloud gaming is a weird niche, and the companies want it to be a thing more than
Mhm.
gamers want it to be a thing. Because
Well, they see how well stuff like Netflix and Disney Plus kind of do, but Netflix puts all of their money back into they're not making anything. Not really. All of it goes immediately back into making shows. They're like in bad debt.
Well, it certainly doesn't go to pay their taxes because Netflix doesn't pay any taxes. But we're not going to get into that right now. What
But-
were we talking about? Cloud version Hitman 3?
Yeah.
cloud
Is that where
gaming.
we started.
we veered from Hitman 3 down to
Netflix
tractors
isn't
down
playing.
to
Netflix isn't paying their taxes.
Netflix isn't paying taxes, crap brave.
Okay. Oh. All right. Back to reality. No More Heroes
Hey.
3 coming next year, super big, along with No More Heroes and No More Heroes 2 coming already.
They're already
out on Nintendo Switch, like right now. Super big. You can go ahead and buy those. And again, No More Heroes 3 coming next year. Did they say like what quarter or anything like that?
We don't have any info on that. We barely have
Just
games
as
for
to be
March.
announced.
Okay, well, yeah, it's coming next year. I have
We were
never
in a
played a
no-
No More Heroes game.
If we were in a normal year, we might have like a better idea, but wasn't it? But we're in such a hectic year. I don't even think the corporations want to put a date that they're like, well, it might not even make that.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're in No More Heroes, definitely go get those on the Switch, because then you can play No More Heroes on the toilet. And
Or
I'm-
you could just buy
Oh.
Travis Touchdown and Smash
oh
as
yeah,
a me costume.
But he is. Smash Bros. X Travis. Travis fans devastated.
yeah, and final big thing. So there's a demo now available for Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. I have not even downloaded it to my Switch, and I'm so upset about that because I sound like a broken record. I'm busy, and it really breaks my
I
heart
have-
on this one because I really want to play it.
Okay,
I have
I've played
played
it. I've done everything you can do in the demo.
I have not done everything you can do
You
because
can
a lot
do-
of it is grinding.
You can do two
for
story
certain
missions,
tasks.
like 2 actual story missions from the game, and then you can do a couple of what would have been like. You played the regular version of Hyrule Warriors, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, you know in the adventure maps.
yeah.
Okay, that's basically been added to your overworld map in Age of Calamity, like those little things, and you can select them. And there's a couple of those you can play in the demo, and then you can help some people by giving them materials and be like, "Here, get your store ready or whatever."
Which is the grinding part.
Yeah, I couldn't
But
open all the
you get-
stores, but I opened most of them. That
You
were
get access
available.
to cooking. You get access to some slightly a blacksmith. And there's what's the horses?
A
There were
stable.
horses. Okay, was that available?
Yeah, I got it open.
Okay, so it is available. You just need the resources for it.
And in the demo you can play as Link, Impa, and Zelda.
Oh, you can
Okay.
play Zelda?
Yeah, I played it as her. I did
Oh,
the whole
I-
second mission as her.
So you see, the
Or
way I
from when
did the
she
second
unlocked, I played her.
See, the way I did the second mission was I killed the spoiler before the story part where you're supposed to kill it. So I played Link the
That's
whole time.
impressive because I didn't think I was
Oh.
doing that much damage. You must have
Oh,
been at it
no,
for a while.
Oh yeah, hold on. I can see exactly how long I was at it.
Yeah. No, but if you don't try to kill the thing before you're supposed
if
to,
you're
and the game tells
smart,
you not to,
the
and
game
it's
tells
gonna
you not
take you a
to.
while
It does.
because it has a lot of damage that it will take
Oh
you.
wait,
And
I
there's the
haven't even
basically
uploaded
to
that yet.
win thing. You can play as Zelda, and she's fun. She's got she uses the Sheikah tablet the whole time. So all of her attacks are Datus, Magnus, bombs, and ice, and she'll just keep spamming those. But if you put in combos, you can summon like giant bomb, which is kind of cool.
Big bomb.
Bigger
bomb.
But what's also kind of fun is they gave at least those three like unique. So everybody's got also can select ZR, and they can all have those four, but they've all got their kind of own way to do it. So like Link's is basically Breath of the Wild put into this game. Like his is basically 1-to-1. Zelda's are and Impa's are different, but the big one from Zelda that makes it the most obvious that everybody's got different ones is when she uses the bombs by hitting ZR for the Sheikah Slate. Hers will send out like what looks like a guardian, and it will shoot bombs out of the top and just drive around for a little while.
Interesting. Well, thank you, Alex, for that in-depth look there.
It's like the one thing I've played this week.
Well, spoiler warning for the Collector's Corner later in the show.
Okay, hold on. I can tell you how long I was fighting the spoiler. So let's see. Start there, and I'm still fighting it 10 minutes later.
Wow.
It took me 10 minutes to kill it when it was telling me not to attack it.
Yeah.
Don't fight
Good
it
job,
that way.
Good job, Cameron.
I am smart.
What a gamer.
MRT.
Okay, so yeah, that wraps up the partner showcase. Again, last one of the year. Best one IMO out of all the ones we've had this year. Wishful thinking wanted like one more thing from Nintendo this year.
Did you
doubt
mention-
we'll get it? But
Did you mention it's the last one?
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I just said, bro. I literally just said, like, I was about to be like, dang, I kind of wish we were gonna have like more direct stuff, and probably won't, but I was wishing we would get like one more thing for the end of the year.
We might get another direct, hopefully, but no more partner showcases. Which
Yeah, I don't know. I just
Well,
kind of doubt it. Nintendo's been so thin on those, you know.
Wait, Grant, you're
while they're
saying
not like super great, at least they were giving us news compared to the months where we weren't even getting anything.
Yeah.
True.
wait, Grant, you're saying that the partner showcase with WWE wasn't the best?
Yeah,
Japan's
no, the one where
version
they
of that
opened
one
up-
was so much better.
Dude,
yeah, no, the
Japan's
partner
so
showcase where
cool.
they opened up with WWE 2K Battlegrounds was not the best one. I'm sorry to break your heart,
What-
bro.
Wasn't there a game with trains that looked like kind of like Fortune Street in Japan?
Yeah.
I
I
feel
don't
like there was
know what it was
another
called,
really
but
good
I
partner
want-
showcase besides this one, but I don't remember which one it was. But we were all like pretty excited after it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, is it back on YouTube now, or is it still gone?
I haven't
I
checked.
have not checked.
We got it. Hold on.
Don't worry, boys, we got it.
It is back on YouTube.
Okay, well, if you haven't seen it yet, go to YouTube, Nintendo's channel. You should watch it. It's not that long.
Yeah, it's 18 minutes.
Yeah, so really pretty short for a direct. And that wraps that up. Okay, moving on. So I just kind of wanted to take a moment and get out some hype about next-gen consoles. We'll be under a week away when this podcast goes up. As of time of recording, we are 8 days away from the Xbox and 10 days away from the PlayStation 5. And
But
I am
if you-
so excited, dude. I watched a Marquise Brown Lee video about the controller, and he like kind of discussed the adaptive triggers. I'm just really excited to see. He said it feels like pretty crazy what they're able to do with a controller in Astro's Playroom, and I'm just so excited to see
Ooh.
what he means. I'm ready to experience that.
If you already don't have one, then you're probably not going to get one at launch. Sorry, people.
I love how company like so we'll talk about Black Friday stuff in just a minute, but all these companies are like on like the front and center on their Black Friday ad is PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, and they're all sold out. Like, why are they on the page? They're
Unless
sold
they
out.
have some hidden for the Black Friday.
I'm sure they will have a couple to put out in the store.
Get there, no. That not for Black Friday though. It's going to be sold out at launch. I will be amazed if they are able to actually handle all the pre-orders and have stuff for Black Friday.
Well, even when all the pre-orders sell out, they still have some other stock. It's not much. Like, it's very
unless it's
like,
GameStop,
sparse and small. But I'm sure there'll be like one or two or something. So yeah, if you don't have a pre-order yet and you want one, just hope you pick the right store, and you might have to rugby punt a couple people. Don't pick
GameStop.
Yes.
GameStop never has extras.
They'll just tell you to pre-order. I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast. I probably have. The Switch wheels for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They told me I should have pre-ordered those.
What?
Oh no, Cameron didn't get the Switch wheels for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. What was it? You mean like we're the Joy-Con, bro?
Yeah. Like they told me I should have pre-ordered those.
You
I'm
got
just like,
those though, right?
I mean, I got them from Best Buy, but I'm just like, what do you mean I should have pre? What do you mean they're sold out because they're popular? This is a Joy-Con. People can't even buy the Switch. How are you sold out of the Joy-Con wheels? Because this was during launch, so there weren't Switches available.
Well, that probably means there weren't anything else available. Should have pre-ordered the wheels, Cameron.
Well, I mean, I got what am I? Not a GameStop slave?
Whoa!
Cameron, this is supposed to be rated family.
Rated F for family.
I was like, I can't say yeah, so I'll just go with family.
Rated E for everyone. Maybe E10.
The idea of like Cameron like having a mental breakdown outside of a GameStop because they were sold out of Joy-Con Mario Kart wheels. Is just so
To be
funny.
fair, they told him you should have pre-ordered, which is stupid in itself.
Yeah, like dang, bro, that's crazy. You should have pre-ordered. Sorry, you don't get your Joy-Con wheels. I guess you just got the Joy-Con in your hand with no wheel. What are you gonna do?
I guess you're gonna have to go to a
Different store.
I can just see Cameron like crying outside.
All right,
Like-
let's move on.
Yeah, enough bullying hypothetical camera situations.
I also didn't break down. I just went back to Best Buy and bought the Switch wheels because they finally brought them out.
So yeah, next gen hype is super.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, we got Cooper started.
Alright. Continue. Let's continue.
Are you sure?
No.
All right, Cooper, kill.
Whew. Alright.
Y'all see the Xbox fridge?
Yes.
Yes.
I want
No.
an Xbox fridge. They
So
actually made like a Xbox
They
Series
made-
X fridge. It's a fridge that looks
Yes.
like a Series X because everyone called it a fridge.
yes, and then people were saying Sony needs to make an anime girl for PS5.
What? That has nothing to what?
You didn't see that?
No. Okay, so it's if Xbox is making the fridge, then PS5 should make a Wi-Fi router, right? That's how it goes. Not PS5 anime girl. You lost me. I'm sorry. You really lost me there.
I feel like the
I'm just telling
anime
you
girl.
what I saw, man.
Yeah, you lost me.
I feel like it was really big on the Wi-Fi router, and then it switched to Anime Girl for some reason.
You know,
But
this,
at launch, when they first announced it, it was definitely Wi-Fi router
yeah, it was like, so y'all get in the fridge or the Wi-Fi router.
or the toaster.
Yeah, or the toaster.
I like my toaster.
All
But
right.
yeah, I am so ready because by the time this PS5 comes in, that means I'll finally have a break from work.
Nice.
So I'm ready to just dive in headfirst. I've been avoiding all the unboxing videos and everything because I just want to have the experience for myself. By the way, my controller is still slated to come in tomorrow, so
Nice.
can't wait to torture myself with that, staring at it.
Whoa. Oh.
That's exciting,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
painful.
but you're not gonna open it.
No, I must wait.
Wait, did you say in the podcast that you
I
didn't
feel like it's
virginity
like a
on-
little hype to open it before because you're like, oh, I have it, but it's kind of useless. Or
Isn't
you
it
can
kinda
torture yourself,
bad?
but have more fun opening it all at once.
It's like if you open it all at once.
Yeah, like if I open it now, I won't be as hyped for the console. But if I torture myself now, then the hype will be even greater when I do get the console.
Brent's just gonna look at the box like
He's gonna hide it from himself.
Yeah, might throw
He's
it
got
away,
it sitting
TBH.
out.
Might just toss it in the trash.
If he's got it sitting out, it will drive him crazy.
Yeah. So, while talking about, I guess about upcoming things, Black Friday is now incoming. Because again, Halloween is over, so stores are just going full force. Target is doing like weekly Black Friday deals, which doesn't really make much sense to me, and so far they really aren't special. So I'm expecting them to be better towards the end of the month.
So I
Uh,
can kind of explain the logic behind it.
I mean, I get it. It's so they don't have to deal with as big of crowds and
And they're closing on Black Friday and Thanksgiving.
yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah, but they're trying to even out the crowds now so it isn't crazy
Oh,
at the end.
and the shipping too. If they do some deals early, they won't have to ship as much stuff at
Right.
the end of the month. Best
It
Buy
seems
though,
crazy, but it's not a bad idea.
yeah, Best Buy though, they got it going on for some games.
Best Buy wants to torture themselves.
Yeah, they got a bunch of PlayStation Hits games for $9.99. They've got a bunch of multi-platform games for $19.99 that are like the best of the best. I've got I looked at the page when it came out. I'm for sure getting Jedi Fallen or no. I want to get Jedi Fallen Order. If that is not on the page right now, but there's no way it won't come for $20. I saw it on sale for $30 the other day. And I'm hoping it isn't just stays at $30 for Black Friday because I really want $20. I'm certainly gonna buy it when it gets to $20. Red Dead Redemption 2 for Xbox and PS4, $20. Until Dawn, $10. That's hype. Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection, $10. That's hype. Star Wars Squadrons is going to be $20. I'm going to hope that I can get it on PC because I really don't want it on console because I want to use my VR headset for that. And Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz for $20. Not because that game is really special or overtly amazing. It's just I kind of wanted that game for a while because I had a resurgence of love for Super Monkey Ball a couple months ago. So I've been just waiting for a good time to snag that, and I'll pay $20
It's one of
for it.
the not as good ones, though, right?
Yeah, I don't understand why they were like, "Oh, Banana Blitz, let's port Banana Blitz. Why not like the first one or two?" Like everyone wants the first two over Banana Blitz, but I'll get it. Yeah, so those are the ones I have marked. But there's like a ton of others. Like Last of Us Remastered is on there. God of War's Remastered is on there. Even though I already have those, so I didn't write them down. Last of Us 2 is going to be $30, I think. Madden and 2K are going to be like $27. and just a bunch of good game deals. If you're looking to get some cheap games this Black Friday, definitely check out Best Buy's website because you'll be able to do it online. That's the best part. Won't have to go in
Persona
store and
5
catch-
Royale is gonna be
Yeah.
20.
Really just a whole mess of good things. The stuff I wrote down is just stuff I'm looking forward to, but there's a whole mess of stuff you should definitely go check out. It's just a lot of good deals. Best Buy definitely has it on lock this year. There might be some other things I get to, and there also probably be some other deals I just don't talk about until later. I'm hoping to see some better game deals out of Target and Amazon and Walmart and such.
Dude, that some of them though, I already own that, but like that Persona deal, I was like, dang, I would have never expected this for a game that came out this year. When
Yeah,
it's sitting
that-
at like $50 still.
Dude, Squadrons
At
being
most
$20,
stores.
that's big.
Yeah, that one's also crazy.
That one
That
came out
just
a couple
released.
months ago. Yeah, it just came out like a little bit ago. And its launch price was only 40, so it's not like it's like a 50% off.
Yeah,
deal.
but I mean that's still significant for a Star Wars game, especially.
Especially one that did that well. Like it's a great game. That's why I'm super hyped for it. And I really hope Jedi Fallen Order. I hope someone comes through for me with that $20 Jedi Fallen Order because I've been itching to play that game
Yeah.
for a
I
long
feel
time.
like you're gonna have such a hard time though, because you're gonna be like, I bought all these games.
What can I
did I
play?
do before I get screwed over by school?
All of them.
Well,
all of them.
I got my break extended, so I've got like
Oh
an
yeah,
entire
that's true.
month. So I've got
You
from,
have
like,
you have time after finals.
I have December 11th to January 13th.
Just no
It's
just no
leading
spring
into-
break, which
Yeah.
sucks. I'm like, that'd be cool, but I
Except
don't know if I could deal with no spring break.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. So definitely go check out Best Buy's stuff for Black Friday, and we will keep talking about that over the coming weeks for pop-up deals and things like that, because this is the first time I have really been able to get a bunch of good deals on Black Friday. I haven't owned this generation console that had a bunch of games on sale, or much less that I was really interested in at the time. Switch games have not gone on sale since launch like this.
That's the good and bad thing about Switch games. You
They'll
know that
underpay
if you
you,
pay it,
but-
it's not gonna
drop. So
really
if you ever
devalue.
need the money, you can sell your games to.
Well, not even sell it. It's just you know that if you buy it now, you're not gonna be like, oh man, I should have waited 3
That's
months.
also true.
It's
Yeah, and like when they do
$30
go on sale, it's
cheaper.
like 3 years later. So it's like, oh man, should have waited
Oh.
3 years to play Breath of the Wild or whatever.
and
Yeah,
even then, it's not a good deal. It's taken.
Do you like those people that are like, I'm a patient gamer. I will wait until it is 3 years old, and it's like,
I mean, it seems
other
silly
than
for
that-
Nintendo because we're such Nintendo fans, but that's what I've inadvertently done for this entire generation of PS4 and Xbox games, and I am reaping the rewards of that hard.
that's true.
I have not paid more than $20 for a game, for a PS4 Xbox One game this generation, bro.
Not bad.
It is completely different.
You've always been
You just
behind by
don't
like
have
a
the
generation,
console.
so you're gonna be hurting next gen
Yes,
because you have a console of this
$70.
gen.
I have the most expensive console. I have the $70 game console.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
because you haven't had a PS4. Well, you did, but it was early on.
Don't bring that up. They must not
Um,
know.
It is too cringe.
Yeah.
Even
So,
for us.
But so now you just get to reap that they're all cheap, except some. Some PS4 games hold their value or even go up, which is crazy to me.
yeah, I mean, I won't be crazy about it unless they're on sale because my drive to play these games just isn't as high as a lot of like PC indie games and Switch games, so it's not that big of
Yeah,
a deal.
I've seen you playing some indie games.
Yeah.
I feel like your big problem is you start a bunch of games and then you're like, I'll come back and start a bunch of other games while you're playing
well,
those
I
games.
do that intentionally because um, I am never gonna finish most of these games anyway, and I accept that, and I'd rather just go ahead and play them while I want to and get the enjoyment out of it. And I'll play it as long as I enjoy it, and as soon as I don't have a drive to go back to it, then I'll just stop, and it's fine if I don't finish it. If it's not good enough for me to want to finish it, then But
Fair.
I'll eventually finish anything that gives me the drive to do so. It's just
I mean,
that those games are kind of few and far between for me.
I feel like I do that as well, but I try to finish.
The game has
If
to
I was
be
having
really
like a
bad
pretty
for
good
Alex
time
to
at,
finish them.
then I'll try to finish it. But I also have a problem of like, I'll just feel like I don't want to play anything at all for a while,
Yeah.
which kills me because I know I want to play it. I just can't convince myself to play stuff.
Yeah.
I had to stop counting how many games I currently am quote unquote actively playing.
Dude, I
won't
don't
be
have a list of
sad.
games that I need to beat. I have a list of games I've beaten so that I feel good about myself.
I will get sad if
I've
look
done
at all the
pretty
games
well
I
this year.
beating.
Yeah.
I beat
well,
Sunshine.
well, speaking of beating games, we can move into Collector's Corner, the weekly segment where we go around and talk about which games we've been playing and any collecting pickups that we've gotten the past weekend, etc., etc. So, Cooper, Among Us.
Yeah, and Faye.
Faye?
Fire Emblem
Oh,
Heroes.
Faye.
Dude, as soon as FE1 comes in December, I'll be playing that different game.
You have other games now. You could play
Oh.
Fire Emblem Three Houses.
No, that one, hard.
I assure you, Fire Emblem Three Houses is easier than Fire Emblem 1.
Dude, I actually have to think about my moves because I can't just,
The quality of life changes between 1 and what is Three Houses 17?
something. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
You can't call Three Houses hard and then go 1.
But I want
Bruh.
to play the first one.
Okay, cringe. Alex?
Okay,
Wait. I also did Splatfest.
that's true.
That is true. He did.
Yeah,
do
everyone
this.
on the podcast but me played because I am so busy that I just get to suffer.
So
Yeah, Grant suffered so much he didn't get to join us. So
I played the Splatfest, and I've played and this was all like within the last weekend. I don't think I played anything last week besides this weekend. I played the Splatfest. I played the demo for Hyrule Warriors, which I already went on about, and I started, even though I've owned it for quite a while since it was on sale, Persona Q on the 3DS, which is a series that Atlas takes their Etrian Odyssey games from the 3DS and then puts like the characters and enemies and stuff from Persona into it. So it's basically that, but with the Persona skin.
Nice. Cameron?
okay, so I've been playing several games. I have played Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which I highly recommend. We're actually going to talk about that a little bit in the podcast later. I've been playing Animal Crossing. I did the Halloween event, which was really solid, I gotta say. I haven't been able to play a Halloween Animal Crossing event since the first one. And in the first one, if you didn't have candy on you, the villagers would go, "Your clothes are rags now," and you would lose whatever shirt you were wearing because they didn't have full outfits. It was just whatever your shirt was also your hat. But with New Horizons, the trick is just face paint and body paint, which is cool. I'm actually still wearing some of the face paint on my character. But you also get to kind of interact more because they're not just trying to take your candy. You get to select who you give candy to, which is fun. Let's see. Didn't we do the Apex stuff this past week? Or was that 2 weeks ago? When did that start?
Grant's been busy all week, so you and Dakota.
No, Grant played a little bit of it. I finished the Halloween event.
I think
with
that
Grant.
was late last week, or no, early last week. So like Monday, or maybe last weekend. Like not this past weekend, but the one before it, or something like that.
Yeah, it might have been before the last podcast. I don't remember. No, I think it was after the last podcast.
Okay, it's probably that Tuesday night or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, Splatoon. Lots of Halloween events. Not so much else except for Pikmin 3.
Well, I didn't play Splatoon, and I'm very upset about it. But I brought my N64 up to the office, and been messing around in Majora's Mask for a little bit. I don't really know why. I just kind of wanted to play it, even though it's torture because my cartridge is all messed up.
What do you mean?
What's wrong with your cartridge?
So when I bought a lot on Facebook Marketplace, and
I think I remember you posting about that.
And the back of the cartridge was all cracked and it was missing pieces, so like you could see the RF shielding.
Ooh.
And it played, it worked, but it was so messed up that even one of the screw mounts on the inside of the cartridge, because there's two bolts on the top.
Right, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the right one, the piece of plastic that sticks out from the front for the screw to screw into, was broken off. And the screw is missing, so I only have one screw holding in the back plate. I ordered a replacement shell, like a third-party shell, but you know how it doesn't have the Nintendo logo on it. It's just like a blank area. And there's no sticker.
You could just come up here and go to almost anything and buy like a $4 or $3 Madden game, and then use that shell.
Well, one, because this is the holographic gold.
All right.
Okay.
Majora's Mask cartridge. So
the back's also gold.
Yes, so I had to have a gold one, but the problem is these repro shells are a couple shades darker gold than the original, so it's like a two-tone look, and it's ugly. And I don't have I need to get like a replacement back sticker, which they make those that are pretty authentic looking, to put that on there. And I've wanted to try to find like a broken copy of Majora's Mask in this case, or that was like cosmetically okay, but like the game was broken. I just never have found one like that to replace the shell. So it's ugly, but it works, and it's the best I can do. The main thing is it's protected in a new shell, and even if the shell's ugly, it's keeping the important part. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, I've been playing that a bit, and I finally found a copy online of Harvest Moon 64 that wasn't outrageously priced, and I got that in today, actually, of this recording. So I went ahead and replaced the battery like I usually do, and tried that a little bit, but I've been, again, so busy that I didn't really do anything besides boot it up to make sure it was working. So I'll be doing that. I've been playing a lot of random Harvest Moon games. I've been playing Harvest Moon on my PS1 a little bit, and yeah, then I got this one on N64 to try out. This is one that my cousins played when I was a little kid, and they were like, I don't know, like 10 or 12, but I was like too little to really understand the concept of a Harvest Moon game.
Oh.
So I would watch them play it, and I saw the farming, and I was like, dude, can I play that? And they would never let me play it because they knew I'd mess up their save file. So
I
this
didn't
is-
expect you to say they were 10 or 12. I expected you to be like, they were bad at it.
No. But my cousin had an N64 and a copy of Harvest Moon 64, and that's what he played at the lake house when we got together sometimes. So I'd watch him because it's like, oh, farming, that's so cool. I want to play that, but he'd never let me play it. So now I get to actually see if
Play
I want to see if I can trigger a nostalgia bomb or something playing it. And what? Oh, Graveyard Keeper.
I've had that on my Steam wish list. I watched a lot of people play like the beginning, but they all fell off. So I don't know.
Yeah, I
what
got
happens after a
stuck
while.
after the first little bit. It's the same kind of thing as Stardew Valley, where like there's just all this stuff you can do at once. But unlike Stardew Valley, it's not that user friendly.
Yeah, I saw the UI when I watched a lot of people play it, and I was like, this came out after Stardew, but the UI is legitimately worse.
And not even just the UI, but like the story and like the direction of where to go is super confusing. So I kind of need to look up what to do because I spent so much time walking around trying to figure out what to do, and I couldn't figure it out. But the art style is pretty, the concept is cool, and I really hope that once I figure out what to do, I really kind of go forward in that game because I want to like it.
Those two things were actually what put it on my Steam wish list, were what you just brought up.
Yeah.
It looks pretty, and the concept was kind of interesting. When you talked about your Majora's Mask being screwed up, I was like, it's like mine, where someone put like a giant piece of tape on it, and I can't get the tape off. But no, yours is a lot worse, or was.
Yeah. Well, really, if you look at it from the front, it looks great. It's pristine from the front. I don't understand how this cartridge is so perfect on the front, and the back was just absolutely ruined, like barely hanging on to the cartridge by a thread. I don't understand how they did that.
Maybe they had two copies, and they took the back off that one.
Based on who I bought it from, I would doubt that, but I feel you on that tape, though. My copy of Mario Kart 64 has a giant piece of packing tape on it, and if I try to peel it off, it's just going to rip it off.
Yeah, mine says, mine's a holographic Majora's Mask like yours, and it says, like, what's that company that closed down? Blockbuster?
Those.
And I'm like, damn, I want this tape off, but I can't take it off without screwing up this gold.
I've got a Blockbuster protector plate on my copy of Animal Crossing for GameCube, and they put it on in such a way that if you try to take it off, it will destroy the disc. So I'm my hands are tied. I can't take it off because it will literally ruin the disc. And because of New Horizons, Animal Crossing has gotten so expensive on the GameCube that I don't even find it worth to buy another disc. Because even like a loose disc is like $40-$50, and it's just not worth it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like it was sitting at 30 for a few years, but yeah, it's been every time a new Animal Crossing comes out, it will go up for a while. Eventually, it will start dropping.
Are the amiibo cards still up?
I think so because people still want them.
Yeah,
well,
and
Animal Crossing is currently the second best-selling game on the Switch. So it's probably gonna be a while.
So one quick thing. So we've just passed October. Did anybody see like any of their YouTubers they watch post like scary videos, like Halloween games they played?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel. Usually, I feel like all the ones I watch, they post things throughout like all of October, but nobody posted really anything this year.
Markiplier and Gab Smolders and Jacksepticeye, those are kind of my top three for like gamers that I watch. They sure did. Phasmophobia or whatever, that was a horror game that came out that they all played for a while.
I did see people playing that, but they posted it in such a way where it's like so cut up that I'm like, I can't watch this.
And I mean that's all really the people I watch that play video games. I haven't watched PewDiePie in a while because I don't know. I just stopped liking him at some point. I don't really know why.
He stopped playing Minecraft.
Well, I liked him before he liked. I liked him when he wasn't playing games and he was just doing like meme review and all that other stuff. And he was kind of hot off the heels of his N-word debacle on PUBG. And I found his content pretty funny. But now it's just I don't know what changed.
I feel like you'll eventually feel back into it, but you're just kind of in that phase of, I don't want to watch this right now. I do that with the YouTubers all the time. I'm like, all right, I've watched a bunch of your videos. I don't want to watch anymore. And then I'll get in the mood again to watch some of their stuff.
Yeah. But that's about all the gaming stuff I've been watching recently. Oh, Pro Jared did Eternal Darkness. Did nobody know
Oh,
that?
that's true. Right
I
at the end
watched-
of the month.
Yeah, right on Halloween.
Yeah,
I watched it.
that's
It's
the
pretty
thing.
good.
There were a lot of Halloween things right on Halloween, but most of my people didn't. Well, maybe I just didn't get promoted. I don't know. YouTube is being funky with my recommendations, so I don't see things anyways.
Yeah. So yeah, that was Collector's Corner, and yeah, I have nothing else to say. Moving on to some tidbitties. So I think it was in a tweet Nintendo put out that Super Mario 3D All Stars is finally getting an updated camera where you can now choose to invert the camera like it was always meant to be. And I couldn't be happier about that. I couldn't tell you how many times I died in Sunshine because I mixed up the camera because it's not how it's supposed to be. I was playing Sunshine up to the release of 3D All Stars because I was so hyped. So I was like recently reinvigorated into the controls, which was inverted camera. And there's so many times that I died or ran out of water or whatever, just caused general frustration because of the inverted camera. So it is very good to see that coming back. You said on the 16th that update
Yes, I
drops?
believe it's
That's
the 16th.
the date I saw.
Okay, so that is 2 weeks from the day of this recording. So a little under 2 weeks from when this episode comes out. Did it really take them that long? You think?
Well, I assume it's like a very small team, and we've got COVID, so yeah, I could see it.
Or maybe.
But it's like you change things like instead of push up mean up, it means push up mean down.
I assume it's like, I don't know.
I mean,
But
it might be a little
also-
more complicated than that, but it's been a while. Anyway, I'm glad
It's
to see
also
it's
3
coming.
games. They're putting it in all 3, so at least that's the thing. It isn't just like they're putting it in one. If it was just one at a time, I could see it needing to be faster, but they're trying to get it out for all 3.
I don't know. I think that's a bit slow, but I'm glad it's coming anyway. I mean, can't complain.
At least it's coming at all. Yep.
If you are getting a PS5 and you're planning on using your PSVR backwards compatibly on said PS5, you can request a PlayStation camera. I thought the new PlayStation camera would support PSVR. Does it not?
I guess not if they're saying you can request one from them.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, what do they mean by request? Like,
Maybe you need to email them. It's pretty easy to email PlayStation.
That's just weird, man.
They've got like a pretty good customer support.
Yeah.
That's true.
And Pikmin 3 had a worse opening week physically in the UK than it did on the Wii U. Which
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's two ways to look at it. It's either like, of course it did, because it's not a new game. Or some people are probably thinking like, well, it's because everyone's, super mad about it being $60, blah blah blah. Which I mean, I could buy, but I really just think like, one, it's the UK specifically, and that's a relatively small market compared to the the
Okay,
the
but
entirety
it's
of the
not a
world.
smaller market than the Wii U.
It kinda is though.
How?
They've had like
Compared to the whole Pikmin 3 on Wii U released within the first year of the Wii U. It should not be possible for there to be an almost 20% decrease in sales when the Switch is 3.5 years in.
but you forget it's the UK.
That's what I'm saying. Like UK's pretty weird.
Yeah.
When it comes to sales. numbers.
UK's their numbers are always lower than everybody else. It doesn't matter like when it comes to Nintendo because for some reason they have a weird like we have the Sony and Xbox fanboys because we all know we do from being in middle school and stuff, but it's like pushed so much harder over there to the point like if I wanted an example, it would be like how they treat Nintendo like Japan treats Microsoft.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
I don't know. That's weird. I want to see now. Well, I don't really know what to think of it, but I do want to see the rest of the world sales numbers now because of that fact, just as a curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
They'll all be better.
Yeah, I'd bet on that. But yeah, so
It does kind of suck though, because I'd like Pikmin to do good because it's such a niche one that I want them to, but I want Nintendo to keep.
I'm sure it
working
would
on
be a lot better if it was a new Pikmin.
Oh yeah.
Or if there was a new Pikmin on the horizon.
Yeah, I mean, you can't expect a ton out of these ports anyway. Besides Mario Kart, that's different.
Every other port is sold pretty well, though, from what I remember.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure. I mean, Pikmin 3 will sell. It'll be fine.
It'll
Just
be
like
fine once
Mario U
holidays
Deluxe will be fine.
around.
Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze Deluxe, blah blah blah, will be fine.
I think this one hurts the most because it's like the best port they've done with like adding a ton of content.
True.
Tropical Freeze did really well, and they only added Funky mode.
Like Pikmin 3 actually does have a lot. Well, maybe not a lot. There are actual mechanics that changed between 3 and Deluxe, kind of like how Mario Kart did it. And part of that is just because you don't have the gamepad at all, so it's weird. I guess I haven't
also
touched
like
Wii U Pikmin 3 in a long while, so I don't know all the differences. But
I mean, this game is just kind of overshadowed right now. There's so many bigger things about to happen. We've got 2 new consoles launching. We've got 1 million brand new games launching with those consoles.
This was just a bad time to release Pikmin.
Yeah, I wish Pikmin 3 had gotten out like a month sooner, and then it would have
No. I think
better.
Think about if it had actually released like
Q2.
Yeah, Q2, maybe early Q3. Like during those months where we had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
because the Mario 3 pack, like they announced that 2 weeks prior and overshadowed. Because we already knew about Pikmin 3 Deluxe by that point, right?
Yeah. I just wish it had come out sooner. Or Mario 3 Deluxe had come out sooner. Those two coming out like so close to each other.
Yeah, 2 ports within a month. And Pikmin 3 got overshadowed there, and then it got overshadowed. Its reviews got overshadowed by announcing announcing the demo for Hyrule Warriors. So it's like they don't want it to succeed, even though they obviously want it to succeed, because otherwise they would have just tossed it like they tossed Chibi Robo.
Well, the other thing is, I think every one of these deluxe ports makes more and more people kind of upset that they're still doing like $60 for
which I get for the 13 million of us who bought a Wii U, but like I see all these people who own just a Switch complaining even though to them it is a brand new game because they never bought
Well,
or
it doesn't
even
matter
heard of.
if they did or not because they know it's an already made game. And like I get I get where you're coming from, but to them
People don't,
also it's a
people don't
game that's
care.
been
They
out for a
see
long time.
Wii U has $20 version. Why aren't you selling it for $20?
And like even like and yeah, there's some new content, and that the value of that is subjective. But like $60 is just kind of steep for the prospect. I think $40 is not something that is out of the scope of possibility, and I think that's something that they should have done instead, because $40 is much more reasonable and probably would have helped the sales of all the deluxe ports.
Okay,
That's true.
I don't disagree with you, but let me explain why they were never going to do that with the Switch. It sold well.
Yeah, but
You're right.
The Wii U got $50 and $40 games because it didn't sell well. So if you want cheap Nintendo games, hope the console fails.
Yeah, and I guess that's just kind of the crux of capitalism, but I don't know. That feels super player hostile. Like why do I have to pay more because okay, you know what? I'm just not going to get into that. That's just I feel like I'm going to spiral off into some like high level discussion of like why should companies do blah 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 because that hurts blah blah blah, and I don't have the brain power to decide
Look,
moral
I will
compass
short
issues.
answer this for you right now. Money.
Yeah, thanks. Got it. Moving on. So Cooper, come to the rescue. We got an Among Us update out now. So please take the stand.
All right. So the beta, for Among Us, they had it for a long time on beta. They finally have added it into the actual game.
Hold on, Cooper. Grant, do you have him turned up? Because he's kind of quiet. I just want to make sure they can hear him on the recording.
Yeah.
Oh,
If he's going to be...
Yeah, he's fine.
all right.
Okay.
All right. So now, votes can now be anonymous, which is like, when voting, you'll just see like the color black or something. You don't really see which color it actually is. It's just like everybody's gray, so
Like
you don't
shadows?
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know who voted for who. Taskbars can now either work like normal, where they'll show up and you'll see the taskbar go up when people are doing their tasks. It can update when someone calls an emergency meeting or reports a body, or it can just be removed entirely.
So taskbars being like the overall completed.
Task for the innocents.
Okay.
I forget you haven't really played
Yeah,
Among
you
Us.
gotta play sometime, man.
I mean, I have played. I was just making sure they weren't talking about some other kind of taskbar, like just the
Oh.
general task completion bar.
Right.
Okay.
On Mirror HQ, Comp Sabotage clears the security logs, which is gonna be really cool because that's like one of the hallways is called the Y hallway, and if you go over certain sensor, it'll say this person went bottom left or bottom right or north, or sorry, it says like southeast stuff. What? Yeah. Anyways, it says that with the comms, it'll just clear that. They added symbols to the wires task to help with colorblind because it's like red to red, yellow to yellow, and all that. So to help with that, they put some symbols like a heart, square, etc. In meetings, you can now see hats and clothing on people instead of just the little avatar, which will be really helpful. And they fixed some bugs also.
So basically, they've added a bunch of things that you can use to increase or decrease difficulty without changing pretty much anything about the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They added like a lot of quality of life features.
They added quality of life, and they added like a harder difficulty.
Yeah, so yeah, like you can it would be easy to sow discourse if you don't know who's voting for who.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's kind of like Secret Hitlery to me, and I
Yes.
like
Yeah.
that game, so that's cool. Yeah, they're also working on apparently a lot of new stuff. A new map based on Henry Stickmin. That didn't that like leak last week or something?
They talked about it.
They thought, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Henry Stickmin, the famous character from the
Henry
Henry
Stickmin
Stickmin
games.
yeah
that
on,
they also own.
on wasn't it on Newgrounds initially?
I think so.
Yeah.
I know that like the collection recently got put on Steam, I think.
Yeah, but when it was original, it was on like Newgrounds, just some guy making it. If you haven't seen those games, you should go watch Markiplier play them because he plays all of them, and it's actually pretty entertaining to watch him play it. Anyway, so yeah, it's going to be themed around him. It's going to be a pretty big size, new kinds of tasks. It's going to be a free edition, which is nice. Adding some more quality of life stuff like translations and colorblind support and things of that nature. So, glad to see they abandoned Among Us 2. I was really kind of happy when they said they're just gonna not do a sequel. They're just gonna make this game better.
So I want to comment on a couple things. I don't blame them for abandoning the sequel, but I understood why they were going to do that initially because they've said the code's really bad in the original one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Cooper, do you know if they fixed the fact that in the beta version, if you didn't vote on, you had anonymous votes on, you would see, like if you clicked skip, you would see who skipped. Like the colors would still show up.
Oh, I think it's fit. I'll have to check.
So even if you have anonymous voting on, people who skip will be shown.
Yeah, that was the problem in the beta. So I was wondering if they'd fixed it.
Okay.
So like if red clicked skip, red would show up down there, even if all the other colors up here had voted and they were all grayed out. You would see red skipped.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm sure they figured out some of it though.
I have to hope they fix that one because if only one person votes and everybody else skips, well, you know who voted.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, cool.
I will say, coding games is hard, and if your code has or your code base for the game sucks, it's just going to be hard to make sure you got everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right. I guess that's gonna do it for us today. So yeah, we thank you guys so much for listening. Please share us with a friend. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, StormwindGames. Thank you guys so much. We will see you guys next week, and bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.